Before this video even starts, I want to say that this was supposed to be a small segment in the current video I'm working on, but then realized that it does nothing to support the main point, so I just said, screw it, let's make it its own tiny video. So here it is. Also, there might be some parts that might sound a bit confusing without context, so I put a little note on the top right corner, so I hope that helps. I want to talk about a story where a larger energy drink brand basically bullied another brand until they ended up buying them. And this story is about as long as this money portion I just talked about, so if you want, you could just skip to the next section. But I want to talk about Monster acquiring Bang. In 2012, Vital Pharmaceuticals launched their energy/slash pre-workout drink, Bang, which was marketed as being low sugar and having better quality supplement ingredients. It would steadily grow and wouldn't have what I'm assuming is its big bang and growth until 2019, when it had a 699% increase from the previous year and had made more than $1 billion in its annual retail sales. This would get Bang into the top 3 best-selling energy drinks of that year, which would put them above Rockstar, which at the time wasn't owned but distributed by PepsiCo. This insane growth did get PepsiCo's attention and would lead to the two companies signing a distribution agreement in April 2020 that was supposed to last until October 2023. During the early growth in 2019, Monster had recognized how colossal Bang was becoming, and rather than having them join their side, they went against Bang and strategically released their pre-workout drink Rain at the end of March 2019. Just a few days after the launch, Bang/VPX would end up suing Monster and Rain for trademark and trade dress infringement. They argued that both cans looked pretty similar with the placement of text and use of color, with the main difference between the two being the logo. The text is quite important to look at as well. Bang had the tagline, Potent Brain and Body Fuel, and Rain simply had Body Fuel. Bang used and claimed to coin the term BCAA aminos, which Rain also put on their cans. Not only that, but VPX was arguing that they actually owned the rights to the Ring trademark. VPX had argued that all these points made it difficult to distinguish the two cans apart, and it was being done purposely to confuse customers and to make them believe that it was the same product. 2 years later, in August 2021, the lawsuit came to an end in favor of Monster. The court said that Bing's design wasn't unique enough for Monster to be plagiarizing, and the ownership of the trademark was invalid. To make it quick, in December 2016, another company was registered and using the trademark Rain on dietary and nutritional supplements, but ended up having it acquired from them by JHO Intellectual Property Holding in March 2019. This company is led but not owned by Jack Owick, the CEO of VPX, which means VPX doesn't own the trademark Rain, JHO does, which means their claims are invalid. The next year in June 2022, PepsiCo and Bang would end their distribution agreement early because there was a drop in sales. Bang actually wanted to end this distribution agreement just 8 months after signing it because they themselves had noticed a drop in sales when they were with PepsiCo, so Bang tried suing them to terminate the agreement, but would end up having to honor it and stay with PepsiCo until October 2023, when it was originally planned to end. Around the same time in 2022, Bang would lose another lawsuit, but this time it wasn't just to Monster since they teamed up with Orange Bang in order to sue VPX/Bang for trademark infringement. It all started back in 2009. Orange Bang was suing VPX for the pre-workout drinks that were being branded with Bang, and in 2010, an agreement would be met that VPX could continue to use the name Bang on creatine-based drinks and they could be sold through fitness-focused venues. 5 years later, in 2015, the Bang pre-workout drink would start using and advertising with the phrase super creatine, which will play a large part in future lawsuits because it violated the agreement they had made with Orange Bang, since Orange Bang argued that the drinks weren't creatine-based. Monster was a part of the lawsuit because they sued Bang back in 2018 for misinformation, since Bang was, quote, touting their energy drink with super creatine as a miracle drink that could help cure neurological disorders like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease, end quote. Orange Bang must have seen that they were fighting for similar reasons and chose to team up. As alluded to, they would end up winning because it was found that the drink wasn't just not creatine based, but it didn't contain any creatine at all. VPX now owed $175 million in damages and would need to give over, quote, 5% royalty on worldwide sales of Bang branded products unless it either limits US sales to fitness-focused venues and stops using the Bang name entirely in 12 states, including California, New York, and Texas, end quote. The winning of this case will lead into another case not long later by Monster that would target Bang for false advertising of ingredients and health claims similar to their 2018 one. Because of the case we had just talked about with Bang not containing any creatine, this new case had actually only lasted a bit over a month, with favor going towards Monster and them being awarded $293 million. The court also ruled that Bang was required to stop using and take down the advertisement with the phrase super creatine and to correct this statement. This also seemed to include destroying cans that contained the phrase on it and to replace them with a new one, which would cost them millions of dollars. For these two cases and the task at hand, Bang now had nearly $500 million they had to give up, which would lead to VPX going bankrupt in October 2022, just a month after losing the case with Monster. VPX was planning to put all their assets up for auction in June 2023, but there was only one successful bidder, meaning that all qualifications were met, and they paid the lowest amount needed to bid, which seemed to have been $25 million. This bidder was actually Blast Asset Acquisitions, a corporation owned by Monster. At the end of July 2023, Monster would ultimately buy Bang for $362 million, which would lead a large chunk of flavors from Bang and Reign being discontinued since the competition was now over. And that's about it. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you when the whole video comes out. More like, not the whole, the real one. Okay, bye now.